The people that are watching this right now who haven't seen the Bloomberg article, they haven't seen your announcement, you've raised money, you've pitched investors, give me the pitch.
All right, here's what I'll say. Go.
Every athlete at an early stage has always been told that can't make the pros. Like, good luck.
Launching a brand new professional sports league is by no means an easy feat.
Is the market big enough to support 2 leagues?
What's up, PLL Nation? So I've had a list of questions building up since news of the Premier Lacrosse League broke a couple of weeks ago. And now it's officially been announced. And I thought, who better to answer this long list of running questions than the man behind the league himself, Paul Rabil. What's up, man?
How you doing?
Yeah, welcome. Welcome.
Glad to be here. Last time I was here, we were playing Fortnite.
It's glitching. It's glitching.
And I had more kills than RJ.
Not true. We'll actually go to the tape on
Actually,
that.
very true.
Sick game.
Oh my gosh.
But let's talk about things that are more important.
Yes, let's talk. Now that I have you here, so why another pro lacrosse league? Because now there's 2 competing outdoor leagues. So why?
So it's a good question, and I know that a lot of commenters out there, both on YouTube and Instagram, have been wondering, why disrupt professional lacrosse? On the outset, we actually met with MLL, and we wanted to bring a series of working partnerships to the table and explore the possibility of working together. Unfortunately, in business, more times than not, deals don't work out, and in this case, that was what happened. For us, though, we feel so passionately about this, and the players have so much conviction to not only innovate, but to kind of re-energize professional lacrosse and do something unique, where we feel like over the last decade, we actually know, statistics show, that the game has grown at the youth level more than any other team sport in North America. We see more high schools being sanctioned from East Coast to West Coast, and more Division I, II, and III programs, both men's and women's. This past summer, we had the World Games. You did a great job covering it. There are 58 nationally governed countries that are playing professional lacrosse. There are 46 at the World Games. So there's growth everywhere. It's not just nationally, it's internationally. And what we feel like the professional game can do when you look at other sports where college has been the gold standard is that the professional game unlocks real meaningful growth. We've always said, when's that exponential curve going to hit? So for us, we think by providing a professional lacrosse league that can solve for that, the impact it'll have on all other levels that I had mentioned will be so great. And from a timing perspective, you just got to do it. But I feel like we have a good model too, and the impact on the sport is going to be so great.
Now, what makes the PLL different, though, and why should the players be excited about that?
This is a players' league. The players are owners in this business. And to your question, what we are delivering to not only them and the fans, but hopefully the rest of the sports ecosystem is a new product. And so what that means is players right now are going to have full-time wages. So that's a change that we've done overnight. And it's with the right investors. It's given us the financial viability so we can give players full-time wages. In addition to that will be benefits. And then the third piece that I just referenced is players are going to be owners. So this is the first major team sports league where the players are owners in the league. And so we were able to go out when we were building this thing and structure a television partnership with NBC Sports Group. Half of our games are going to be on NBC Sportsnet. We're going to have 2 on NBC, which is the biggest channel on broadcast, 125 million homes. Right? Their minimum shows get in the range of 1 million viewers. That's unbelievable. So being on NBC is huge. And the third piece is that we wanted to create a new model that reflected what we know works in the sport. And that's the Final Four, and that's why we're tour-based.
You mentioned players, ownership of the league. Have you seen semi-pro?
I have.
Will Ferrell,
Yeah,
he's like
yeah,
a team owner.
yeah.
So are you going to be
Shut it off.
running
Shut the
all
shut the cameras off.
Are you going to be
Shut the
running
cameras
all
off.
the promotions? Corn dogs, Paul. I want corn dogs for all these people. What are some promotions that you have lined up?
So when we descend upon a major market city and we play at a world-class sports venue, throughout the entire weekend there'll be wraparound entertainment. So Fan Fest, like we're used to at the Final Four, our corporate sponsorship village where they'll be activating and doing equipment expos and fastest shot competitions. And then because we have all the best players in the world in each market at a time, fans are going to get more access than they ever have in any team sport, where they can watch their favorite players in person, all of them, over the course of the weekend, and in some cases they'll be able to interact.
It's Saturday. It's a full weekend experience. So the odds of you meeting your favorite player are pretty high.
Yeah, they're very high, and especially at least seeing them in person for the first time. Why the tour-based model was interesting for us is that a traditional city-based model may make sense if you have 32 teams, like the NBA or the NFL or MLB. But when you have fewer than 10 teams, you're not actually servicing the broader market. One of my friends that I've grown up with, he's the head of sports at Instagram. He loves tour-based because he says overnight you become a national sport. Now fans will build their allegiance to their favorite players. They'll build their allegiance to the coaches that have relationship with those players, and they'll build their allegiance to the teams. That is where we know there's going to be a connection, and we're actually not going to ostracize markets that are growing that don't have a team in their location. So the tour-based model solves for that. I would like to have more water.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Who do we hit up for that? You know what? I'll just give me the. No.
Well, we're sharing.
All right, we'll share. Do you have mono?
I don't.
Have you had mono?
I have not.
Well, that's not what I
had
wanted to
chicken
hear.
pox when I was younger.
All right, I'll send you my medical bill. Okay, next up. I know someone named Kyle Harrison is involved.
Yeah.
Tell me that Kyle Harrison is not involved in any type of jersey design or swag for the pro league. I just want confirmation because I want to buy one of these jerseys. I just don't want it to be like,
I know there's an existing feud between the two of you.
You could call it that.
He came through in the dustiest shoes at the Final Four. 1999.
But I personally love Kyle's style, and he is involved with our branding agency that we're working with here in New York to a degree. This is some of the part of the business that gets me most excited is the design and the storytelling and the broadcast and how we're going to be raising the profile of not only the professional game, but our players most importantly. So stuff that you all do, that we're doing here right now, we're gonna expound upon in the future. And that's what major team sports leagues do so well, is they're out there in markets everywhere. They have national TV deals. The players are larger than life, and they tell those stories. And so while we know the product on field is going to be amazing, and we talk more about the in-stadium experience, the content that we're creating and the distribution strategy that we have is really what's going to punch through, I think.
You talk about marketing these players, making them larger than life. How is the PLL going to assist them in branding themselves?
Yeah, so we're committed to investing in off-the-field lifestyle content. So that's docuseries, that's behind the scenes content. That's even reality shows.
Workouts. I want to see these guys. I want to follow them all through their their time off the field.
Yeah. And that's where we believe that telling the story of our athletes is going to be the compelling piece where fans watch the game and see a last-second shot or see a come-from-behind win and feel more connected than just watching the game and not knowing who the guys behind the helmets are.
The people that are watching this right now who haven't seen the Bloomberg article, they haven't seen your announcement, you've raised money, you've pitched investors, give me the pitch. I'm Mark Cuban. I'm the Cube. Hit me.
So before we start the clock,
Wait, what's on the clock? Do we have 15 seconds? 20 seconds?
Did you say
what
that
do you
already?
want? What do you want? Did I say 15 seconds?
Well,
do you
judging
need more?
by the length of this interview, I probably need 30 more minutes.
Let's, all right, 20 seconds on the clock. Okay. Go.
Well, can I just tell you when I'm ready to go?
Okay, go.
I'll
give you some time. I have all day here, I guess.
All right. Here's what I'll say. Go. We have the fastest growing sport in North America. We have the best players in the world, and we're building the next modern major American sports professional league. What we're doing is recreating and innovating on the business model by going tour-based. We have a national television broadcast, but we're maintaining the integrity of team sports leagues. We have a full regular season, all-star break, playoffs, and championships. Every team, and there's 6 of them, are going to function independently and compete every weekend in front of a growing fan base and audiences on television to win that PLL championship.
Whoa, was that on time? Brett, was that? The fact that I'm going to be sitting on my couch watching TV on the weekends and I'm going to see the PLL on NBC, that's huge. That's not huge, that's monumental. Yeah. That's incredible. Yeah. And the fact that you said it's sandwiched in between, you have the Tour de France or NASCAR with this opportunity to pick up new fans from different fan bases, from different sports, that's exciting. There's probably been a few real turning points for your team in building this. Yeah. Was solidifying that network deal one of those moments where you were just like, this is going to be big?
It was Target 2. Target 1 was the best players in the world, and we needed to know that there was something there. And that opportunity was a groundswell of players. And number 2, which we would argue rolling out a business, is distribution. These games are going to be unbelievable to view. 7 to 10 cameras on site, helmet cams. The skill is so unique that you can't capture the game appropriately with 3 or 4 cameras. Because a player, as we know, that's turning from X, getting pushed from behind, dives through the crease, and backhands a shot, the goalie's reaction of dipping, trying to come back up
You
with
need
the
to
shoulder.
see that in slow-mo.
Gotta be slow-mo.
You can't see that from 40 yards back.
It's got to be captured here, and behind the net. And so that is what being able to get a new viewer, as you had mentioned, and getting them to stick to the broadcast is important. But it's also what we share on social that has viral potential. And that's another element of us pushing this thing forward.
You've been extremely busy recently. I wanted to thank you for coming in, though.
Thanks for having me.
And asking and answering the hard-hitting questions.
Yeah.
I went to journalism school for a reason.
Dude, you're a hard hitter, man.
Yeah.
Hard, like,
You know?
physically
Whoa.
and verbally. Look, honestly, what TLN does for the community inspires us. You know, I came as a channel partner, and with Colin and Samir early on as they helped me build my YouTube channel, because I felt like what you all do is very futuristic and where audiences are and how stories should be told and games should be highlighted. You know, it's for me always a pleasure to come in and sit down, and this is definitely a different style that we've ever done.
This is usually we're vlogging.
We're vlogging.
And this is different.
We're interrupting each other. This was more civil to a degree, but I think that the future is exciting for both of us, and I'm really in a way nostalgic to sit here with you and TLN, and looking forward to continuing to build.
Not gonna cry. This is an exciting time in our sport, though.
What are we gonna do next? I really care a lot about you.
I want kids, I haven't run this by Paul, but I want you guys to comment below any more questions that you have for Paul. Paul's gonna respond to the 5 questions that have the most upvotes. So the best ones. I want you guys to come from all angles and ask the questions that you've been sitting on. Comment them below, and Paul's gonna choose the top 5 questions to respond to.
So I'm gonna type my answer to you commenters out there. Let me get this straight. The 5 questions with the most likes, I will then hop in and answer those questions. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Where are we again? This doesn't feel like TLN.
TLN HQ, New York City.
You know what? We can vlog, we can do news, we can do it all here.
RJ, you're the man.
TLN Nation, comment below. We'll see you next week.